Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Blue Maximo and I'm here checking out Vaccine. I've been playing it for about an hour and a half, 2 hours at this point, something like that. And, well, might as well just save the rest for the actual game, shall we? I'm going to go check out the options first. First thing, in-game brightness 33%, yet the meter is completely full. Don't know why that's there, but you can turn this up and down. I would recommend putting this straight up to 100% as soon as you hop in, and it's not because this is even remotely close to a horror game, but because it's actually really fucking hard to see any of the items if the brightness is anything lower than that. There is also a CRT effects option, which I'll leave on until I need to pause in the game again, which won't be long, trust me. And the music volume and the sound effects volume, the balancing on this is a little bit weird. Like, for example, the sounds that the zombies in this game make is quieter than your goddamn footsteps, which means it's really hard to tell if enemies actually have any tells. But I turned down the music volume, and even then I realized that no, the enemies don't really have any tells until they actually attack you, which is really bad for a reason we'll get into. You can also turn off the rumble, but I don't know why you'd do that, honestly. And there's your controls. Shoulder buttons draw your weapons, A and B, X to reload, even though you don't even really need to do that. You can just attack again, and walk and run. Nothing too out of the ordinary. So let's just hop straight in. When you select new game, you can pick between one of the two characters, and despite the fact that you might think, oh, you can level up your characters in between games and stuff like that, because they're actually showing the skills on the right side, no, that's just a thing they decided to do to show you that this guy starts out being a little stronger and a little capable of sprinting a bit more, and this lady starts out with better damage with guns and faster animations on everything. It doesn't really matter who you pick in the long run, since you can make up the differences in like 2 levels. So just pick whoever you feel like and head straight into the game. As you can see, I have actually finished the game a couple of times, actually. The game's progression system is a little bit weird, but we'll get into that. So yes, despite all your efforts, your friend has gotten infected again. Find the vaccine before time runs out. So the game gives you 30 minutes. Look at this effect, by the way. This effect is ugly as shit. I hate it. But we'll leave it for now. So, here's the idea. This game is procedurally generated. I'm going to go turn it off now. This game is procedurally generated Resident Evil. I know that's a very weird thing to say, but that's exactly what it is. So the idea is you're running around with tank controls. You have a couple of weapons, a 9mm pistol, a shotgun, and a knife, but you start out completely unarmed except for the knife. And you have to wander around the mansion looking for stuff. Whether they be items like this medkit here that heals you up, or whether they be zombies like that, which I had absolutely no warning was coming. Trust me, this will surprise you a lot in this game. For whatever reason, they've made it so that if an enemy is really close by, you're not going to hear them coming until they're literally right on top of you and attacking you, which is a massive fucking frustration in this game, considering you have limited life. See, look at that! Look at that! There was no way for me to know that guy was coming. Considering that you have limited life and the health packs give you a lot less health than you would hope for. Got stuck on the door. Considering that the health packs give you a lot less health than you would hope for. By the way, that little box and that blue item there, those are items. Considering that you get nowhere near the amount of health that you would hope for from these health packs, you want to be saving as much of your life as possible, which means, in this game at least, running into an enemy, immediately stepping back, stabbing once, doing that 5 times in a row. The only enemy that this doesn't work on, well, there are 2 enemies this doesn't work on, but there's only one that you'll run into regularly, are the crawlers. The crawlers are horrible. We'll get to them when we see one. You do have these little paper things here that will tell you what you need to do, and I think that they're linked to like a secret ending of some kind, but frankly, I finished the game 3 times. I don't care about the secret ending, and there's multiple reasons for that. So, yep, there are little notes that you can read. They'll tell you about this plot where they made a... apparently, yeah, that door was locked, apparently. I couldn't even see that there was a gold lock on that. There's apparently this whole thing, which is like they've built an interdimensional portal. They brought back the horrible zombie disease through it. And that's the whole plot, more or less. There's really nothing to it, honestly. Nothing to it at all. It's just quite dull, just wandering around, hitting the same zombies in the same way over and over and over again. The game is actually quite difficult the first time around because obviously you can't take much damage, you don't do much damage. You have to put in... There's the crawler. Crawlers do massive amounts of damage, so I need to avoid that for as long as possible. If I don't have the pistol, and by the way, the pistol is the hardest item to see in the goddamn game because of how small it is. If I don't have the pistol, I'm screwed, because if I try to attack that thing, it will kill me before I can get enough melee hits off to kill it. So I have to go around the other rooms and hopefully find a pistol. The chances of me finding a pistol aren't particularly great. You can upgrade your luck to do that. You get XP when you kill enemies, and you can use that to increase your 5 stats, and I've explained all the 5 stats over the course of talking about the game, so I don't really need to go over them. But yeah, the game, you really spend a lot of time just retrying from the beginning after your first few tries until you get used to how all the combat works and all that. And it's honestly frustrating because of the amount of enemies that you can't see coming, the amount of... Whoop. Well, that happened. And look at all the damage I'm taking. Jesus. Once you get to below a certain health point, by the way, you lose the ability to run, like I have now. And there's nothing else you can do. There's nothing you can really do about it because medkits in this game are really goddamn rare. This is one of the door switches they were talking about in that note earlier, but they don't actually tell you how to unlock these. You just kind of have to fuck around with them and hope you get it right. Even the little notes don't tell you how to unlock these. Like, see, I unlocked it there. And I'm guessing you have to do that across 3 repeated playthroughs in order to actually unlock the secret ending. I don't really know how I'm supposed to do that, though, because there are locks that you can find later on that have these little weird symbols around the outside, and you can't really tell how you're supposed to handle them. It's very odd, and I'm not sure what the deal is. The game doesn't tell you how you're supposed to handle them, so... Oh, there's a crawler, I'm dead. Yep, down I go. 18 damage in 1 hit. Despite the fact that you can increase your health, you don't ever really get a big boost to your defense, so... You end up taking the same amount of damage from pretty much everything anyway, so it's not like it matters. I'm not going to bother playing as Manuel because there's really no point. A couple of other things to talk about. The English in this game is gratuitous at best. The notes aren't very well written. There are books that you can find, but they're not very well written either. They have very weird grammar, punctuation, spelling. You know, all of the good stuff that makes this feel like a foreign-made game. And again, it just isn't interesting. The writing isn't interesting in any sense of the word, which is quite unfortunate. It would be... I kind of like the idea. I like the idea of having sort of a procedurally generated Resident Evil, but this game just doesn't have the depth to make it work, which is the most disappointing thing about it. I'd love to show you a gun, but again, this game's procedurally generated, so chances are I might not even get the gun this run. Also, it's quite hard to pick up stuff because you need to be in the exact right spot. I need to equip the knife. I always forget to equip the knife, and it does come back to bite me sometimes. Let's have a look around, shall we? The camera isn't particularly good either, because sometimes it just... Okay. The camera is just a bit weird too, because sometimes the angles really do work against you and you can get turned around really easily, and it kind of sucks. I really do like the idea of like procedurally generated Resident Evil or just procedurally generated horror like this. It seems like if you did it right, it could be a really fun concept, but this game just doesn't really do anything special with this concept. There is one other thing that I need to talk about with this game's mechanics as well, and that's the New Game Plus system. Now, a set of pictures from the 19th century? Yeah. Something else I need to talk about, that's this game's New Game Plus mode. The New Game Plus mode is really freaking weird. So, if you win the game, you immediately get put into a new game with no time limit. Well, a lower time limit, not no time limit. A lower time limit. But you get to keep all the items and levels that you had previously gotten. So you end up being extremely overpowered because the game doesn't actually account... The game doesn't actually account for you having gone stronger. So you can literally go through the game and start killing everything in one shot, which is what I did, and I managed to finish the game 3 times in a row without even trying. I had enough ammo saved up from the previous encounter, not to mention the fact that the final boss of the game actually gave me a powerful pistol, which would literally let me one-shot everything. So I ended up just being able to run through... I'll actually look at that for a little bit longer, just so you can see. So I just ended up running through the game like 3 times in a row without taking any hits, killing the final boss so quickly that he would refill my ammo for the next run every time. And I just kept doing it. And eventually I got down to like 9 minutes 30 and I had all my stats maxed out. Literally all my stats. Like, I can prove this to you, because I saved a screenshot of this. See, I had level 10 of almost everything, and I had enough ammo to literally one-shot everything in the game 5 times over. Oh, by the way, this is what the final boss looks like. He always shows up in the same room, and the same room also always has the vaccine in it. So, at the point that I was up to, at the point I took that screenshot with all my stats on it, I was literally just bum rushing the entire dungeon. Just going all the way through, finding the boss, shooting him like 3 or 4 times in the face, and the game was over. I tried going for the lock puzzles, but the game wasn't really open as to how the hell you're supposed to actually do the lock puzzles, so I just ignored them. So it's just really not that entertaining. It starts out being annoyingly hard and not so much obtuse, but just a little bit annoying in the way you have to handle everything. There's a bunch of flaws in the gameplay. The writing isn't very well done and obviously been translated by someone who doesn't have a complete grasp on the English language. There's something back there. That's one of the flaws I was talking about. That you can't bloody see anything. And once you get over that initial difficulty hump, the game becomes literally so easy that you can just run through the game in like 5 minutes. Like, you saw that my best completion time was 4.5 minutes. That was me just running through, one-shotting everything. The doorknob is broken. Okay. There are a couple of other things I could say to add to this game, like, why is it that I quit? Like, I quit after, like, my 4th win in a row with this character, with, my improved stats and all that, because I was bored. And it actually reset her progress entirely, so if I want to actually do what I did again, I have to go through the effort of going through the entire game again, which is annoying as shit. There's no map, either. A map would be fantastic. I don't know why there isn't a map, but there isn't one. And that's even more annoying than their bloody camera system. Just getting me turned around and shit all the time. And the gameplay just, it starts relatively uninteresting. The difficulty doesn't really add that much to it. The tank controls are a bit of a pain to deal with because, you know, constantly changing camera angle. The controls reverse when you're trying to go backwards, so it feels even weirder. It feels kind of sloppy. Aiming is a bit hard too. I'd love to show you aiming, but that would mean I'd need to find an actual gun. I found the clips, I just haven't found the actual bloody gun. Hang on, this is the room I just walked out of, isn't it? Yeah, this is the room I just walked out of. Alright, turning around. I am so confused right now. What? Is this the room I came out of? Did I just get the same room in the... Yeah, okay. The other door is the one I have to go out of. Yeah, whatever. This is what I mean when I say a map would be nice, folks. That is a really freaking weird map choice. Thanks, game. Right. Alright, let's go through here. Not to mention the rooms all look the bloody same. After a couple of runs, you start recognizing them. I'd laugh if I came across the final boss through this door. Well, no, but I did find one of these things again. And guess what? I can't run from this thing. It will chase me down. Or at least I think it will. I have to go through this door, don't I? Which means I need to go find a gun. And if I can't find a gun, I can't continue. Also, trying to pick up this bloody med kit, ended up looking at the statue. Oh, I can level up. Right, let's level up a few things. Stamina, health, aiming a bit. There we go. And I'll use these med kits. Keep me from dying. There we go. I'm actually almost at full health again. The question is, how long is that going to last? Oh, look, it's the Trust Damon room again. I don't know who had the right mind to put Trust Damon on the wall in what is basically the same room twice. But they did. I really do hope there's another wall, another door back here. I don't even bother remembering what the layout's like, just because it's... Because, again, it's procedural generation. There's really no point in trying to commit the layout to memory, because it's just going to reset itself again. So what's the point? A chewing gum. Great. And old couch full of dust. Yep, that's the note I just read. There's something glinting on the floor over here. But thanks to the tank controls, I have to reposition myself just right. And now let's go in here. And probably run into a crawler and immediately die. No, I'm actually okay. Item on the floor over here. It's another clip. Tell you, man, when I get that damn pistol, I'm going to have more than enough shots for it. You kind of want to find the... Oh, it's a crawler. Fuck's sake. I can just barely see it out of the corner of the bloody screen there. Time to run for it. There's nothing in the way of a stealth system, so there's no way to get around that. Even just walking. If you get within a... Where did that come from? I've never seen them actually move outside of their room. That's horrifying. Well, this is a problem. This is a real problem. But yeah, there is nothing in the way of a stealth system. This is actually the room I started in. Great. 10 minutes and I've gone around the bend. All the way back. Let's see if that thing's still following me. It probably is. Yep, there it is. I'm gonna die. No, I'm not, apparently. That's disturbingly good luck, actually. Alright. But I don't know where the gun is. So I don't stand a bloody chance. I got no idea where to go find it. And if I can't find it, that means I can't continue. Because I'm going to have to run past that other crawler. And chances are I'm going to get myself killed in the process. Because that's just what this game is like. I'm going to have to go for it, though. Leg it. The doorknob is broken, but the fucking shotgun was right there. I see it on the ground, and of course, I die. What a dick move. Put the bloody shotgun in the middle of the two crawlers, which are like the two bloody things you need. I'll do one more game with the male guy, but it's not like it really matters. It's not gonna change my opinion on this game to begin with. It's a neat idea, but it just does so much wrong that I find it really hard to like. And I've gone over all of those things in the last 20 minutes. Also, this takes a really long time to go away. There we go. Who knows? Maybe I'll get luckier in this game. Yes, I don't know why. The bed does shake like that, and I do not know why. That's very odd. Oh wait, no, there is one difference between New Game and New Game Plus, and that is sometimes you can find enemy... Really? Holy shit, I found the 9mm pistol right off the bat. Okay, that actually works. Let us continue. That probably means there's a crawler right ahead. It's going to see me immediately, but... Oh well, count your blessings. I'm going to keep the knife out just because if there's any regular zombies, I'm going to want to save the ammo. As you can see, having high determination makes you move a lot faster in the picking ups and stuff. Okay, just a regular zombie through the door. Nothing I can't handle. I really would like to say I like Vaccine, but I don't really. It just has so many tiny things wrong with it. In the mechanics and the graphics and just... I mean, everything you can imagine being wrong in a game like this is wrong. It really does feel like playing Resident Evil again with all its flaws. Very unusual that they would let this get through. It's not even a nostalgia thing. Like, Resident Evil, for all its faults, was good at the time because they didn't really know any better. For this game to have so many faults, some of which still received... some of which are still from... Oh, God, that's some really bad fucking timing. Run. Okay. No. This menu is a little hard to get through. Okay. Okay, so here's the aiming. Nope, I died. God damn it. Also, apparently I got to status normal after I was dead. But yeah, you saw the aiming. It's literally just aim up, aim down, change your left and right angle. It's silly. Once you get to one shot, it doesn't really matter. You literally just hold it, point, and shoot. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend Vaccine. It's just got too many little problems, and it doesn't even last that long, because I managed to finish the game within an hour, and then just spent the rest of it just powering through it. It's really not that good. This has been Blue Maxima, and I will see you all next time.